Welcome to IJustWatched. I'm Joseph. We're about to discuss Echo, Marvel's first Spotlight series. I didn't care for it when it got announced, and when it came out, I was like, whatever. Like, I'm gonna check it out, see how it is. Their track record hasn't been the best as of late, but honestly, I wasn't super enticed or excited for it to begin with. But that's only because I really don't know much about this character. I did do some very bland, basic research on it. Like, her character, I didn't even know was Latina. She in the comics is, hopefully I'm saying it correctly, I apologize if I'm not. It's Cheyenne and Latina, or was it Cheyenne, Blackfoot and Latina? So I didn't know that. I just knew her name was Maya Lopez. I didn't pay attention to it, so I was like, oh cool, she's actually Latina, which is cool, on her mother's side in the comics. And I also didn't know that she has a similar power to Taskmaster, where she can see you do it and recreate it like that. I thought that was cool as hell. Other than that, she has nothing else. Her fighting skills are phenomenal. But I was like, cool, let's watch this, see how it goes. So spoiler warning, just in case you haven't seen the show yet. And it's 5 episodes long. I think it was tight knit. The one thing I definitely got to say is that the fight scenes in this show are phenomenal. Right off the back, I got to say that is my favorite part of the show. The fight scenes, they felt heavy, real. The choreography for them was beautiful because there wasn't, I can't really think of a specific moment that is in the middle of like an actual fight scene that has like the CG body. You know, when you see the CG body start doing the weird movements to do the thing that we see everywhere now. I can't stand that because it's overdone and then it's done poorly. Kudos, and they were good. They were heavy. I was like, oh shit, like they were intense. Also didn't expect to see this level of ass kickery. I mean, people's getting shot up, blood, broken and bruised. I was like, damn, this on Disney? Whew. They've committed to the dark side of things here. That being said, I really enjoyed the fight scenes. I think the bowling alley scene was phenomenal when she's kicking ass, although it ended with her losing, which sucked because I really wanted her to win that sense. The scene versus Daredevil was dope. Like, the way they did the mechanics of it, phenomenal. If there was like the CG fight part in it, I didn't see it. So if they did that, kudos. But it didn't feel like they did. Usually you can tell. Another thing I did was afterwards, after watching the series, I Googled how come they changed her character from, again, hopefully I'm saying it correctly, from Cheyenne to Choctaw. And from what I read, it's literally because they were able to come to an agreement with the Choctaw people, and they were heavily involved from, writing, producing, like they were involved in basically every asset of the making of this. And I was like, that makes sense. They can only be super accurate, or the most accurate to their culture, their history, their specific tribal history, mythology, and religion, and all that, their beliefs in that sense. So I understand why they did it. They gave her powers. I don't truly understand how they, or let me phrase, I don't truly understand what they're capable of yet. And they call her powers an echo through time, or echo through their lineage, because they go back to the first Choctaw people and the first being from a different dimension. I like that. And I didn't do excess research, so I don't know if that's one of their actual like beliefs and that's one of their lore, like that's where they come from. If it is, that's cool as hell. And I like that aspect of it, so I kind of hope it is. But I'm gonna be honest, I didn't go research and be like, is it? So if you know, let me know, please. But I like that idea. And I kind of like how, like, through her lineage, she basically has one for all. She's able to access their skills and abilities to enhance her own. So all that ancestral knowledge, power, strength, will, she has access to it through, like, you see the spirals pop up on her hand and stuff. So I like that idea. So I kind of liked it. And again, I don't know a whole lot about this character. I can't be like, oh, they changed her drastically. From what I can see, she's still basically the same character outside of this newfound ability, this ancestral gift, so to speak. And she still was raised by Kingpin. She's a top tier fighter. The only thing we don't really see, and I doubt we see it, is sometimes her and Daredevil. I mean, Daredevil a hoe, all right? My boy, he blind, but everything else is working, if you know what I'm saying. He a hoe, if you read the comments. My boy be hooking up with everybody. But they had a thing for a little bit, and I'm excited to see her transition into this version of her, into Echo, so to speak, and see what they do with it. So overall, yes, this show was actually pretty good. I liked a lot about it. I love the music. Oh, when I saw the powwow sign on the episode, I was like, ooh, music, music, music. I loved it. The chanting, I saved like 4 or 5 songs. I'm enjoying the fact that it was decent. And it's funny, it was birthed from Hawkeye, which is probably my favorite show. I think it is rewatchable. There's a lot of little nuances and bits that you can learn about her character, about the people, that I really enjoyed, and I'd like to see that again. And it being only 5 episodes kind of makes it easier as well to go back and knock it out. My biggest nitpick is the same I've had since Kingpin's existence, even when it was Netflix Marvel shit. Is it D'Onofrio? I love him. I think he does a great job of bringing him to life. is just his design. You can see they gave him something in his shoulders to kind of broaden him to make him look a little bit bigger. But then when he's standing next to people, he just looks like a regular, normal size human being. And when he's throwing people around, it looks like he's not as powerful as he's supposed to be. He doesn't look as intense. He doesn't feel as scary, dangerous, and as a threat as he should. He's a big dude, but there's moments when he's standing next to someone and I'm just like, damn, like he always has that. At least I've always read it and I always took it in the comics. He is this larger than life human being with no technical abilities. He just has it's a muscle density, if I remember correctly. It's been a minute, which allows him to be so much damn stronger than your average human being. But he has no actual superpowers. He's very intelligent, but he's huge. He has like that giant, massive, and in this one, he's throwing people around when he's punching them. It felt more rageful than it felt intense, than it felt powerful. It's not a huge thing, but it's just a knock for me. Like I wish they would really do that for the character so then he can be a little bit more accurate and then he would feel more threatening in my opinion. Outside of that nitpick, I really enjoyed the show. I'd love to hear your thoughts, comments, questions, concerns down below. I love chatting with y'all. But until next time, stay safe, be well, con mucho amor, adios.